There we go.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. We have the February 11th Newton Planning Board public meeting. To start things off here, we will salute the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, first up here, it will be, Jim, do I need to seat Mr. Gibbons? For Ms. Burke. For somebody? So that we have, or do we have enough people?
No, you need to appoint him.
Okay.
And Jim, I apologize if I talk over you. I can't hear you at all.
She can't,
She can't hear you, Jim.
She can't hear you, Jim.
Sorry about that. Can you hear okay now, Ms. Bowden?
Yeah, I can hear you better. Thank you.
So did you appoint Mr. Gibbons?
Yes, so I'll be appointing Mr. Gibbons for Ms. Burke. So we should have I think, a relatively quick one here. The first one is a public hearing, which is a continuation. So for Michael Montello of Amesbury, Massachusetts, requested a public hearing for a 10-lot subdivision for their property, 104 North Main Street, Newton, New Hampshire. Property is referenced as tax map 9, block 1, lot 6. And the applicant has requested a continuance to February 25th, 2025. So
I will make the motion to grant the continuance to February 25th, 2025. I'm going to ask for a second for discussion, please.
I'll second the motion.
Barbara, can you mute?
So that was Mr. Gibbons.
Thank you.
So discussion is how far, we're well past their 60 days, correct?
Actually, yes.
So what I would like to do is notify them so that I know that they probably are aware, but we want them to know that we're aware that they're well over the 60 days, both the applicant and the engineer. And so that we can get these matters addressed.
So what that needs is, it will require re-noticing the application. But other than that, they can effectively continue on. I will say I've been having some correspondence with the engineer on this project. They are definitely making progress towards getting a complete, sorry, not a complete application, but getting all their ducks in a row for the application. They had a few questions, and I think were held up a little bit by the gas company and DOT. So they're just trying to have it be a complete application so that they can get a fairly smooth approval. But we are past the 65 days, so
Right.
the 25th will be past the 65 days.
Yeah, I just figure it's a technicality, but I'd like it put out there.
Is there anything required from the applicant for the renoticing?
They're having in writing their agreement that their NEPA funds can be used for that purpose, or to ensure that all fees have been incurred, that they're willing to incur that expense. It would be good to have that in writing.
And we would have to take jurisdiction again, right, when they came back in here?
It's probably procedurally best to do that, to say that yes, acknowledge that you're really continuing it, but
Yeah.
they do have some additional waivers that they're wanting to formally submit. That was sort of just a request verbally at the last meeting.
Anything further? Ms. White? Ms. White?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Thank you. Mr. Ryan?
Aye.
Mr. Marshall?
Aye.
Mr. Gibbons?
Aye.
And Mr. Eddy?
Aye.
That's unanimous.
Okay. That leaves us with board business of the acceptance of the minutes for January 14th.
Actually,
228.
28.
I'm sorry?
January
January
28th meeting.
Yeah.
Oh, 28th.
Motion to accept.
Second.
Was that you, Mr. Ryan?
Yes, sir.
Ms. White?
Aye.
Mr. Ryan?
Aye.
Mr. Marshall?
Aye.
Mr. Gibbons?
Aye.
And Mr. Eddy?
Aye.
That's unanimous.
No NEPA.
Oh, there's nothing else on our agenda here, so,
Jim, excuse me,
yeah.
what are we looking at? Anything coming up for the next meeting?
Well, you'll have the Montello,
Right, anything else though?
not at the moment.
Okay. I'm just curious.
I will say that I will not likely be able to attend the next meeting.
What?
Or I know, or if I can, it'll be on Zoom. I have asked for the Montello subdivision. They're aware that they're gonna get me their revised plans a little bit earlier than they typically do, just so I'll have the ability to give you guys comments for that meeting.
Great.
Yep. I've notified them to please get the digitals in by the 18th, and that's the Monday, with paper copies by noon on the Thursday.
Unless there's anything else, we can adjourn at 7:09.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
I can't take these long meetings.
Yeah, that was a real.
They're killing me. Hi, Jen.